What's up, Omniverse? What's up, Kazan? How you all doing? What's up, AJ? How you doing? Let's go to their new one. We're in Fire Red. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, people. Alright. I think it's time to just rip it and grip it. Just get going. Streaming on a Monday? Yes. Amanda's working today because we're going on like a vacation up north in Michigan. And so but it's 4th of July week, and she's working the 4th of July, but even the day after and Sunday is still very busy at her job. Actually, what's my button that I'm holding? Start, okay. So she offered to work Monday, which is usually her day off, in exchange to get that Saturday off. And then she's using some vacation days next week, because her usual days off are Sunday, Monday. And then I also take those days off, so we just have 2 days together. Yeah. Up north, well, up north, we say that New York also has like a very... New York also has a very big upstate, so up north is also, we call that in New York as well. We say upstate, up north, whatever. My full-time YouTube, yes, it's just me. I commission thumbnail artists sometimes, but I don't have an editor. I don't really, like, I have some people who I'll share scripts with to proofread them. But I don't have like an actual like copy editor or something like that. Like, nobody I pay, just like friends. Yeah. I've been full-time YouTube for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in 2020, or this year. It'll be 3 years this year in September. I'll be full-time. So shoot, where's Night? Is Nightbot not on my thing? Nightbot should be in my stream. Commands. Is it active? Sometimes Nightbot takes a moment to boot up. I'll have it leave the channel and then join the channel. I mean, the short of it is, I'm doing a smidge of fundraising to get a Switch 2 for before August. I want to do a Switch 2 speed comparison. Basically, whoever's team I end up making for Worlds, I want to make twice and see how fast the Switch 2 is compared to it. And so I do a smidge of fundraising for it. Because I don't have one yet. So don't donate if you don't have the money you don't want to. It's not like a big high pressure thing. But, you know. What's up, 10 Ben? How you doing? What's up, the Annoy XHD? How you doing? What's up, Carl's the Kid? Yeah. I'm gonna be streaming, I'm gonna try and stream every single day this week, including Friday. So I'll be going Monday through Friday. I should stream at least a few hours. Thank you very much, Heart of the Cards. I appreciate you. Yeah, dude, where the fuck is my Nightbot command? Do you think we'll ever see the mainline games on Nintendo Classics? I actually don't think so. Oh. Personally. I'm anti-coped on that. I am. A lot of people are very coped out. Dude, where's my fucking Nightbot, bro? Yeah, I'm like 3 hours in already. I just didn't look up what time it was. Nightbot. Nightbot is like not here. I mean, I'll just... Alright, cool. We get intel. I'm just gonna do a pinned commit, a pinned thing, because I don't... Message. I have no idea why. I don't know what the deal is. Alright, let's see where we landed. Yeah, Nightbot's not even doing its usual spam in my channel. What up, Lincoln? How you doing, homie? Okay. Where is... That's over here. Okay, here we go. So we have a... Oh my gosh, my microphone. A Rhyhorn at level 25, 78, 52, 57, 20, 27. So yeah, I'm just calculating its IVs right now. What's your nature, bro? Quirked up? A quirked up little Rhyhorn in the Safari Zone? We know how it be. Nightbot's on holiday. Apparently, dude. Apparently, Nightbot is in fact on holiday. I probably did too many delays away, but it's chill. Yeah, like usually Nightbot has like timers that are spammed. It's not even doing them. Alright, we have a couple. What is Rhyhorn in the Safari Zone? Safari Zone entrance. Rhyhorn is 0. It's looking like it's only 0, so I hit this one. So I was... What seed was I even aiming for? I want to get this over here. Let's reorganize this. Okay. I'm aiming for 4... What? Oh, 53851. No, I'm not. I'm aiming for 53513. I hit this. Let me open a calculator. Minus... I was 611 milliseconds late. Is my settings right? My settings right? L equal A, button start, held none. I mean, my settings were right. We have... Oh, I typed it wrong, that's why. It's... I landed on this. And I was aiming for this one. Wrong one, bro. I was late. I was like 2 seeds late. That's what happened here. Yeah, 2 seeds late. So, I mean, we could try. We'll just go again real quick. Is there any way to guarantee to catch? No. That's what makes this RNG manip so insane. And Shiny Hunt, obviously, for the regular degulars out there who just like to wander around and find their sparkle fellows. It's not that the balls and stuff are random per seed or something like that. It's more like we don't have a way to control that specific type of RNG. Lincoln's new 10 lines feels good? Yeah, oh yeah. Lincoln has done a great job with the WebAssembly stuff. I'm very happy with it. Why'd I mute the music? Yeah, 600 milliseconds is 6 seconds. It's like, okay. No, it's not 6 seconds. It's just a lot, though. You could be that late. It would just be based on, like, other stuff. It would just be like if there's a delay or for some reason like that, you know? Oh, Nightbot's here. Maybe that exclamation point switch 2 will work. Nightbot, it took you forever to show up. What happened, bud? Thank you, Fesh Prince. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think Lincoln said that they're planning to do, whoa, brain? Oh. I think that Lincoln said that they're planning to do, all of the tools re-updated using it. The WebAssembly stuff is really cool. Although, I think Lincoln used, like, React or something as the front end or something. Well, I don't even know what React is. You can get, I mean, I could show it. I have Pokefinder mostly working in WebAssembly. Just booted it up. And it's just functional, it just works. Pretty much. So WebAssembly is really cool. But the Qt... Oh, well, I missed it. The Qt language, their widgets don't seem to be super great for mobile. To be able to make something like decent on mobile. So I don't know how much further we can go with... I can go with just Qt. But rewriting the entire forms of Pokefinder also seems like a huge pain in the ass. Especially including encounter slot data. But I'm gonna try and do some work on it. Technically it's pronounced cute. Is that true? I believe you. I literally always say cutie. I always say QT or cutie. To me, QT... To me, QT sounds like you're a cutie, not like cute. But yeah, their widgets thing doesn't seem like it's super great for mobile. Especially if I do it through WASM, so... I might just put up the web version of Poke. I might what I want to do is I might just figure out. Q's definitely intended for desktop app dev. Well, they have a mobile framework called Q Widgets. No, it's not Q Widgets. What was the other one? Q Quick. I don't know if it's Q Quick or Qt Quick. I think it's Q Quick is what they have that's designated. It's supposedly better for mobile. But you have, it's literally like an entire different language for some reason. So I don't even know. Like, if I want to continue down the path that I'm going, it might be better to either try and remake stuff in Q quick, or just use a different framework in front end and just use Pokefinder core as the back end. But like the nice part, because I did find, like, if I go to this and I go into like web tools and I make it mobile, I have a layout. What are you doing here? I have a layout that actually looks like decently good for mobile. The problem is, like, if you go here on mobile, it's like not actually that great. And like the scroll bars don't work super well and stuff like that, so I don't really know. What seed is this? 5, 4, 5, 2, 1. That's a couple of seeds early, isn't it? What's my seed that I'm aiming for actually called? DB2F. DB2F. Let's just make this plus minus 10 because... DB2F? Oh, I'm 1 seed late? Is that what I was? I was 1 seed late. Alright. We can continue with this. I was 1 seed late. But yeah, Cutie Quick, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's worth, like, because I guess... Yo, Fun Lover Party, thank you for the 22 months. I appreciate you. Like, I don't think... I guess I'm trying to say it just sucks to lose all of the forms Pokefinder has. So... like, having to rewrite everything from scratch would be really stinky. But I don't know that there's a better way. Like, I don't think it's gonna work just using Q widgets, you know? I just don't think it's gonna be possible with Q widgets and WSM. Without it being extremely janky. So I don't know if it's going to be worth it to do something closer to... Darrow J92, thank you for the membership. Welcome to Happy Knee. Everybody show him some Blisy love. I appreciate you. Petite Jen, thank you for the $5. Why didn't I see that? Oh, that came through on Tippy. Haha. Thank you for the $5, Petite Jens. I appreciate you. Everybody show Petite Jen some Blisy love. They contributed the first $5 to my switch2 fund. Hey, Fire Gozla, how are you doing today? So much love for your helpful content. Your DC, my Discord, is DC Discord? What are you saying? I'm sorry. There's an alternate universe where Shiny Blisy is nice and blue. That'd be cool. Oh, I don't know. Like, I spent so, like, you guys wouldn't believe how long it took me to set up and get Pokefinder running in WebAssembly just the shitty way that I've done it, where it's just the desktop app contained in that thing. It took me so long. I've never been so demoralized about programming in my life. It felt impossible to like navigate and like push through and get Qt to work with get it to work with WebAssembly and stuff like that. It took forever. Thank you, Mr. Leaky. I appreciate you. Everybody show some love to Mr. Leaky. Longtime friend of the chat and channel. I mean, it worked. I got it. Like the WebAssembly version I have. The WebAssembly version I've got up right now. I mean, the one I have right now is kind of like I broke it, but I can re-upload a working version. The one I've got uploaded right now is like just a functional online version of the desktop app. I don't know what utility that has. I don't know what utility that has. Other than like I don't know who wouldn't want to just download Pokefinder. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Right? Like, why wouldn't I just... Yeah, I don't know. Why wouldn't I just download Pokefinder? Like, what's the point of even having it if I'm not going to be able to use it for mobile purposes? I think my issue, Lincoln, was I couldn't get... something that looked good on mobile and desktop was part of my problem. And I want something that can do both. Because, like, if you ever look at, like, the original Flowtimer Converter, this is something that would function on mobile and on desktop. You know what I mean? And so if we had, like, a UI like this that could be doable for both, yeah, like, Qt cannot be... It is not able to have responsive design. It is not. Like, Q layouts is, like, not even good enough. It's crazy. If Q widgets just had a way to be like, if the window size is this small, use this layout instead, it would literally just, I would probably be able to do it. You know what I mean? But I think I would just have to rewrite the UI. But like rewriting the UI is like an unbelievable amount of work, you know? Like, but I think it's better to have the full Pokefinder on the web somewhere rather than doing it piecemeal, like they're doing it on Pokemon RNG. Because I think having the tools in the guide is not good for user experience if you want to do repeat RNG manips, you know what I mean? I found it annoying navigating it, and anything to take traffic away from them I would also do. So I don't know what I want to do. I gotta stop waffling about it and just start committing to try and finding a good way. Like, I don't even know what React... I've heard of React. I don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard of React or React is like React.js or something like that. Oh. But it would basically be like... literally just rewriting the front end of the Pokefinder rather than doing anything else, right? There's nothing wrong with Pokefinder. It's just if you can get... Pokefinder doesn't work on mobile. And right now there's multiple good... There's a lot of good web timers at this point. There's multiple different options that you can use your phone as the timer app. So if Pokefinder, if you could use it on mobile... like, that would be good just for... And what I would ideally want is a front end like Pokefinder that uses... like, you could open it up on mobile and it's chill, but if you open it up on desktop, it also looks and functions fine. But ideally, the version, it looks different between the two windows. So you have an app that looks like Pokefinder. Oh, interesting, Lincoln. Oh, I could have done an RNG advance. So like, no, it's not to combat do you have a Switch 2 spam. I just trying to do a little fundraising to get a Switch 2 before August. Do a little piecemeal fundraising to get a Switch 2 before August. The video idea would be to build whoever's team I'm making for Worlds twice, one on the Switch and one on the Switch 2, and compare how long it takes because of the removed lag. But I'm kind of like, we're tossing all of our money every week, basically. Well, I get paid once a month, but Amanda gets paid. So anyway, the point is we're tossing all of our money for a down payment on a house, so I don't know. Doing some like light piecemeal stream fundraising. If I can. I've not even seen a CHANSEY once. There are two Mr. Leakies in chat. Is Mr. Leaky 666 in caps is the real one, I think. My brother in Christ, the RNG manip for Leaf Green Starter is much more difficult than in Emerald. Yeah, it's harder in Leaf Green because you have to do 2 frame perfect inputs. Yeah, TGTV is much harder. This is a triple frame perfect input. Is it better to start with Gen 3, 4, or 5? I personally think if you're just looking to get into RNG manip to scope out what it's like, what it's about, I would say Ruby and Sapphire with a dead battery is the #1 game to start with. It is the simplest. It lets you get a lot of quick shiny targets like really fast. However, if you're looking for competitive, like if you want to also do competitive Pokemon and not just quick shinies to learn what it's about, I would lean towards Gen 4. It's a little bit less strict on the timing, even though there's more steps to it. But you can get really easy competitive shiny Pokemon. Gen 5 is typically the best. The problem is Pokefinder's not fully updated for Gen 5 right now. And so because of that, Gen 5 is not really recommended. Gen 5, you have to use RNG Reporter. It's really easy. Gen 5 is easy, but RNG Reporter is just a worse tool than Pokefinder, basically. So I would say if you're mostly interested in shinies, start with Dead Battery, Ruby, and Sapphire. If you're more interested in competitive Pokemon, start in Gen 4. I would also say you can kind of just start with whatever game is your favorite if you really want to learn RNG manips. The only one I would steer you away from at the moment is still Gen 6. Gen 6 is significantly easier than it used to be. It is significantly easier than it used to be. I can't deny that. But I still think it's not a great starter game. I would also personally steer away from XD as your starting game. It's not that XD is particularly hard. It's just like the tool chain for it is like not good. It's like a lot of different it's just like a lot of different shit. sucks. And the documentation for it is like not great, basically. Scyther. I don't know Falling Doc. I suspect not. I've seen... Hey, what's up, Star? How you doing? I've seen, like, repos of Fire and Leaf Green fail to be able to do RNG manips. So, it depends on the... You'd have to try it out, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't actually have a GBA Flash card. You know, part of my problem with the Pokefinder stuff is I have issues, like, even understanding the way Fish did the calling of the functions through his... Oh my gosh, look at Semolina, dude. You see this kitten? Hi, Mama. Look at her, she's so cute. Can you guys hear me if I leave my microphone over here? Like, is my audio significantly worse? But there's a delay on my desktop audio? You know, I did notice the other day I made a quick clip for Hayden for something. And that there was a delay in the audio for the thing that I sent him. I know there's like a delay function in OBS. Yo, welcome to Happy New Falling Doc. I appreciate you. Everybody send Falling Doc some Blisy love. So weird. Let me see if there's like a way to fix it. OBS desktop audio delay. In OBS desktop audio gear. Okay. Properties. Uncheck use device timestamps. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Let me know if this fixes the issues, by the way. I don't know if it'll fix it live on the stream. But hopefully it'll fix it for the next stream. Because you guys would have heard, like, the music skip, probably. No, I'm trying to fundraise for a Switch 2. You type exclamation Switch 2, or you click the pinned thing, you can find a dono for me to get a Switch 2. Because I want to get a Switch 2 so that I can, in August, when I make someone else's team for Worlds, whoever that may be, I can time to see the Switch 2 difference in terms of lag. I want to make the team twice and compare it. It worked, you fixed it, Dubbins? Do you by any chance have a job? This is my full-time job. I subsist on YouTube ad revenue, channel memberships, and direct donations. Nice. Well, I'm glad I fixed it. By the way, gamers, if you're having a good time in the stream, you like my videos, you like all the stuff that I make, consider becoming a channel member. It's only $1.99 a month. You get access to my videos early, behind-the-scenes content, and more. And it's literally 1/3 the price of a Twitch sub. And if you want to help out for free, you could just hit the like button. It helps the stream. We have like 100 viewers, but we only have like 20 likes, so remember, hit that like button. 29, 20, 29. And never do any financial help, like don't donate or do anything like that unless you actually like have the ability and you want to. Like, never ask for donos for people who can't afford it for any reason. That's why there's a free way to help out, by liking the stream. Okay, I hit 4827, slot 1. Yeah, it's an end mail, that's right. Let's see. That's 4827. That was 1 seed early, okay. And we could probably knock this down to like 3 and 6. That'll be a lot better. So we're hovering around the seed. No. I'm not even using repels. Yeah, they do work with Sweet Sun, Ryan. No, Blisy is not my favorite Pokemon at all. My favorite Pokemon is FRLG and Totodile. I'm late on my seed there. My username is Blisy from like an old, like it's literally just like an old, it's just like a funny thing someone I knew said, basically. There was this person, I used to play a lot of Wi-Fi battles back in the day. Like Smogon. Like I would go into the Smogon Wi-Fi thread or the Maryland Wi-Fi thread, and I would and I would like look for Wi-Fi battles and stuff, and I would go into Zat chats, if anybody remembers Zat, X-A-T, Zat chats. And that's where I would get Wi-Fi battles and like make friends and meet people, and meet people and stuff like that. And oh, I didn't mean to throw bait, Lord. Anyway, so there is this dude in there, his username was Dr. Luigi. And he would always type, he would always use just the top 6 OU Pokemon as his team. So his team would always be like, you know, back in the time it was Gen 4, it would probably be literally like Scizor, Heatran, Blisy, I don't even remember who would be the top, like Tyranitar and like 2 others at the time. And people would be like, why do you always have a Blisy on your team? Like literally always have it, right? People would be like, why do you always have a Blisy on your team? And he just answered, I still have this, I actually might not have the screenshot anymore because Photobucket deleted all my shit, but he literally answered exactly as my username is spelled, I'm a Blisy. That's exactly how he answered it, right? And I thought it was quite funny. I screenshotted it, I put it in my Photobucket. And when then years later, I went to make this YouTube channel. I meant to make it. I didn't even make this YouTube channel, actually. I started going to Super Smash Brothers Melee tournaments, like several years later. Oh, it wasn't even Melee, it was League of Legends. I was playing League of Legends, and I was with my friend Blake. We were playing the game together, and I went to... Blake and I met playing Pokemon, and we were going through our old photo bucket screenshots, laughing at memories, and I saw the screenshot where he said, "I'm a blisy," and I thought it was really funny, so I made it my League of Legends username. Because I thought it was funny. And then a couple of months later, I started really getting into Melee tournaments, and I started going to Melee tournaments, and I just signed up as Blisy for the Melee tournaments, BLISY, because of my league name at the time. And then a couple of years later, when I made the YouTube channel, I'd been going by Blisy in the Melee scene, and in League of Legends for so long at that point, I just made it my YouTube channel name. So it just kind of stuck. I think it's just a funny story from someone I used to know, basically. So this is encounter slot 6. So I hit this one. So 5 seed 3. I was 2 seeds late. I'm like not dialed in on my seeds at all. All right, let's do a lock-in attempt. Smolder player? Yuck. Not anymore. I kind of dropped him. I dropped him like 2 patches ago. It was before he got nerfed. I had really great success with him. And then when I hit like Plat 1 or something, when I hit Plat 1, I started just like not being able to win with him. Because he gets a lot of supports get really mad at you. I've been kind of inting in top lane, just picking Trundle and just kind of just sprinting it, side laning it. I would say my actual main right now is Xerath. He used to have the most games in recently, and I have like a very high win rate with him. Xerath support or bot lane. And then I'm also pretty good with Rengar. Rengar was my main for a really, really, really long time. And then I took a break for a couple of years playing it. And then I picked him up again. I would say my actual mains are Xerath, Neela, and Rengar. But like every season, I kind of like switch characters and then just like play a shitload of games on them. You can't save in the Safari. Am I stupid? They're all very different play styles. Well, they're all different roles as well. My most recent one. You could save in the Safari Zone in red and blue. Well, the problem is, I think I'm probably only playing Rengar out of, like, nostalgia. Because I like old Rengar a lot. I had so many games in old Rengar before the remake. They remade him twice. And me remade him and then they reverted his queue because nobody liked it. And, like, now he's, like, a challenger one-trick champion. And, like, obviously I'm not that good. I'm, like, Emerald, bro. It wasn't 6. It was like 3. It was like 3 or 4. What's his name? Ryan Choi. Ninfang was the guy's name. But I always played him in jungle. I really only ever played him in jungle. I've really never been a top lane player. And right now there's like no good fucking Rengar player that's like interesting to watch. Right? There's Scrub Noob, obviously. But I don't know. His videos aren't like super educational because he's so much better than the other players, and I don't know. I like Natty Nat a lot as well, but his content's good. But it's hard to learn from the YouTube videos Natty Nat uploads, right? His videos are entertaining. I like watching him, but yeah. And I don't want to watch streams of people. Although, yeah, you're talking about Scrub Noob. Does Dekar still play? I actually never liked Dekar. I never liked old Dekar. I was always I watched Ryan Choi, even though he didn't really play jungle. I didn't know he still played, bro. He didn't really play jungle, but back then, like, old Rengar, like, you could buy Doran's Blade in the jungle. Like, dude, my favorite shit was, like, Season 3, you could buy Doran's Blade in the jungle. You get like a machete, and then you get, like, 2 Doran's Blades, and you would just, like... I get a different method. You get, like, 2 Doran's Blades, and you'd go and just repeat invade. You could do the same thing. Like, I miss Gangplank jungle, bro. Gangplank jungle used to be some of my favorite shit back in the day. I used to love being able to jungle with Gangplank. This is Nidoran male, right? Lonely Nidoran male. 56, 35, 24, 28, 22, 32. Oops. I might be off on my... I must... Oh, no, I'm 1 seed late. That's what it is. So Rangar's not easy. I don't do a very good first clear. I know my first clear is bad. I haven't tried to fix it. You can... The thing about Rengar is he's kind of good late game. Like, he's pretty hard to play early game. In that ganking mid is not easy with him. You have to have the 4 stacks flash snare. He also is like not great into skirmishes in a lot of characters, or I've only learned this kind of recently. Like, you really have to hold, like when you're doing the early skirmishes, you want to hope whoever you have moves, and you kind of sit on double W for bait is a big thing that you can do in early skirmishes. Because he can invade a lot of junglers. Like, you can do red into invade, and you'll win a lot of the time. But if you're just even... If you're just even and going into a skirmish with somebody, even if you have 4 stacks, he's kind of weak. It's not like weak, but yeah. So I find most success with him, like, after 6, yeah. Yeah, it is Liam. Pokefinder... Pokefinder works on Linux, and so does Eon Timer. I believe they both have Linux distros. Yep, they also work on Mac. True. I will not be getting 100% catch chance. I'm honestly, like, only streamed this for filler today because I have a good idea for a stream, but I just, like, didn't do the work to set it up last week. And then I ended up not streaming last week because of other stuff and mental health, brain problems. I don't have a good brain, I've learned over time, you know? Fuck. I think I might be 1 seed late again if this is... Oh, it's not done yet. There's a seed here that's not accounted for that needs to get pulled from the spreadsheet, and it hasn't been pulled yet. Yeah, so I think I'm 1 seed late. Oops. By the way, guys, we have 100 viewers, but only 44 likes. If you're having a good time, you want to help out the stream, consider hitting the like button. It's free and it helps me out and helps the channel out. If you want to help out a little more than that, you could consider becoming a channel member. It's only $1.99 a month. It's only 1/3 the price of a Twitch sub. Or you could consider donating to help me get a Switch 2. I'm trying to get a Switch 2 so that when I make the team building video for whoever is the world champ in August, I can compare the speed of the Switch 2 to the Switch 1 to see how long it takes with the updated patch in Scarlet and Violet. Pretend passing, you're here so much, you don't have a good time? I thought you had a great time with my content. Yeah, I mean, any engagement, White Diamond, helps with the algorithm, basically. Comments, chats, likes, super chats, all that stuff helps with the algorithm. Yeah, this is a joke. I know it's a joke. You're ultra homie. I really appreciate you, Pretend Passing. I'm so hungry I should make like a PB&J, but I'm just not doing it. I'm gonna make grilled cheese for dinner tonight. I have a cool stream idea that I want to do this week. I'm also going to try and make a bunch of guides this week. Unfortunately, Lincoln is... Well, I say unfortunately, but Lincoln is redoing the stuff, the tools that he just made, basically, in React. They're going to speed them up, so I'm going to have to... So the visuals on my guides won't add up. But I was going to do a wild RNG guide as well for Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yeah, I was gonna do a wild RNG guide for Fire and Leaf Green as well, video-wise. I was gonna get that done this week, and then this seed, it's something that pulling seeds would help with, Lincoln. I noticed it last time I was doing this. Yo, Kazan, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Everybody show some Blisy love to Kazan who. We're $10. Hold on, let me try and reframe what I'm trying to say. Last time when I was doing the CHANSEY, I noticed I was getting no results multiple times. So I checked, and literally 1 frame after my target seed was a seed that was 999, not like it was blacked out. And so I just did some work to figure out what that seed was on stream. I put it in my spreadsheet. And then, yeah. So that was like 3 or 4 days ago or something like that, whenever I stream last. If I reload, it's probably there. Will all these settings stay? Oh, oops. I appreciate you, Kazanhu, a fellow Michigander goat. Yeah, we're going way, way up north. Yeah, we're going on to some of the islands up north for vacation. That'll be fun. Oh, that's where Jeff's from, so he's showing me up around there, Amanda and I. Well, we're not going to Mackinac. We're going to a different place. Actually, I know a fun Jeff lore about this. Papa Hefe was able to ride on the only car in Mackinac because he hurt himself and got to ride on the ambulance when he was younger there. That's Jeff lore that I know about. Also, fun fact, Jeff's sister and I have the same birthday. This is more Jeff lore. Okay, let's see. I was 1 seed late, I think. Yeah, 1 seed late. Fudge! I've been insanely drunk. I haven't not drunk enough for a car ride. Yeah, I'll talk about it. We're very excited to go. We're gonna see fireworks on a boat, hopefully. It's gonna be a long day because Amanda is getting off work. And then she'll get off work at 1. And then we are going to drive up from 1 p.m. like over the Mackinac to the island. Hopefully get there by like 6 or 7 p.m. is our plan. We're gonna blast up. It'll be like 4.5, 5 hours or something like that. Blast up there. Hopefully there won't be too bad traffic on 4th of July. Well, we're not gonna swim in the water. We're gonna be just on a boat. Yeah, I did see it. What's that guy's name? Oh, he does really, really great Doctor Who retrospectives. The reason, if there's ever a video in one of my playlists that isn't supposed to be there, what happens is like while I'm on mobile or like I accidentally like click add to playlist, like while I'm on mobile listening to a video. Let me see. What is this guy's name, man? He's awesome. Clever Dick Films. If you're ever interested in some Doctor Who retrospectives, dude, these videos are some good shit. They were my videos to go to sleep to for months. Yeah, look up Clever Dick Films. So good. What's my favorite game to RNG in? Favorite game? It might be Fire Red. Also, thank you, Sir Filthy. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I didn't see that message earlier. It might be. I thought he did Capaldi. No, he didn't do Capaldi. I've been fucking waiting for his goddamn Capaldi review, but he just like did it. He did an update. He did a redo of his first Doctor video instead. These videos are quality shit. They're very good. They're what made me give any old Who a try. Yeah, I almost said Gen 1. Yes, correct. I did, in fact, almost say Gen 1. It's going well, Michael. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think Fire Red's my favorite game to RNG because I consider it the most skill intensive. Although I think probably... technically Ruby Sapphire Paint is more skill intensive these days than Fire Red. However, I'm on the cope that you don't, there's almost no purpose to doing painting in Ruby and Sapphire, but yeah. RTC is just inferior to painting. It's both easier and worse. I think it's worse. Well, the Clever Dick Films guy, they're not critiques really. He does like talk about positives and negatives of the series, I guess, but like they're really just like talking about like what the production was like, what the doctors were like, what the actors were like, what the mindsets of the people working on the show were like at the time. It's stuff like that, I would say, is what he's really talking about. He talks about the public reception to the Doctor, like the reception, positive and negative, and he also does talk about his favorite. He always gives what his favorites are. I'm skewing pretty late. I want to try Method 4 Stationary's RS Boxy move. Yes, I want to do it too. I want to get that Kyogre. Oops. Yeah, I think my plan tomorrow morning is to work on a retail RNG guide. I think my plan tomorrow morning is going to be to work on a retail RNG guide. Subsequent to that, stream, and then the next day I will do a video guide on statics in for like, or not statics, wild Pokemon in Fire Red. I don't know how long. Yo, what's up, Prime Cuts? How you doing? I can't believe how hot it has been here lately. Going for Shiny Lottie and Emerald. W. Oh, Lincoln. I think you're convincing me to learn React. Because I think I've been like coped out of trying to get Q widgets to work on mobile, and I think it's just not going to happen. Sorry, Lincoln. I know you're fuck, dude. I think you've the problem is like you and like Fish like talk to me sometimes. Like sometimes like I talk to you or I talk to Fish. Like you guys think that like I know what I'm talking about, but like I don't know anything. Oh. There are videos, Black Levant. Actually, there's one video. My audio cut out? It was you. That's what I figured. I didn't see any issues. There's a video with it's a picture of an Entei. I have to come up with a small project that I can do. I should take that Jirachi video down, honestly. The Jirachi video is, like, wrong. There's, like, a big issue with it. Whoops. I always think, because that's where bag is on the regular menu. My biggest issue was, like, when I'm looking at the Pokefinder source code, the way that he's calling the functions that he wrote, like, dude, like, Lincoln, I looked at, like, the Gen 3 generator searcher code, and I, like, literally don't even know what's happening. So it's gonna be a lot for me. So, but I think my goal might be, my first basic task will be to get a Gen 3 generator up and running. I know it'd be simple for you, but with like IV inputs, get a Gen 3 generator running with Pokefinder core, and then go from there in React. And if I can get a Gen 3 generator and then subsequently a Gen 3 searcher running, yeah. Well, I've been wanting to get into, like, actual development. Like, Lincoln, if you don't want to answer, if you're not comfortable answering, totally fine. Like, is programming, like, your education, like, what you're going to school for, or what your job is? Like, I don't even, because I don't know how old you are or whatever. Like, is it your education or your career? Or are you just a hobbyist? Because, like, I've been wanting to get into, like, more real development than I have done. Because all the shit that I've done is, like, modding and hacks with no real dev environment where, like, I'm coding in Note++. You know what I mean? So, like, I've been wanting to learn how to, like, do, like, more real shit. Oh, I'm glad, Explosions. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're gonna. I gotta write some more shit for it. I gotta write a Ruby and Sapphire Safari Zone guide, and then I gotta do some advanced Ruby and Sapphire stuff. I gotta do painting. I might even do painting in Emerald first because it's probably more important. So yeah, like, to me, I have, like, no concept in professionalism and how to use any of the stuff, basically. Ugh. If you're all having a good time, we have 106 viewers, but only 60 likes. If you're having a good time, please hit that like button. It's free, it helps me out, and the faster we get to 100 likes, I think the faster we're going to get this Chansey. And if you want to help me out more than that, you could consider becoming a channel member. It's only $1.99 a month. That's 1/3 the price of a Twitch sub. And your money doesn't go to Amazon. Or you could consider donating to my switch2 fund. I'm trying to get a switch2 by August, so that we can... so that I can make a video out of it for the World Championship team that I'm going to build. And of course, if you don't want to donate or you don't have any, you know, if you're financially not in a spot to donate, no pressure at all. Just an awkward part of my job is asking for money from people. I might get the Mario Kart bundle, but I'm not gonna ask for $50 for Mario Kart. Like, my goal is for the base price of a Switch 2. If I want to get the Mario Kart bundle, I would do that myself, yeah. Like, even, and for the record, if I even get close-ish to the goal, I'm probably buying it anyway. Like, if I get to like 300 or like something like that, like, I'm probably just gonna I'm just gonna buy the Switch 2 anyway, the rest out of pocket, right? Like, I'm not gonna, like, all the money goes towards Switch 2 anyway, right? Like, so, you know, I might end up not buying one if I don't make a lot of money, like if I, yeah. So, that's just the goal. Yeah, I don't care about, I mean, I pretty much never take the Switches anywhere anyway. Like, we really don't use them that much on the go. If I could only choose to RNG manipulate in either Heart Gold, Soul Silver / Gen 4 or Emerald Gen 3 for the rest of your life, never choose to play the other, would I choose? I would go Gen 4 because, not necessarily because I think RNGing it is more fun, but that is I love Gen 4. I have such an attachment to Gen 4. I like doing Gen 4 Wi-Fi battles. So I couldn't, yeah. Although I think Emerald's better for content, so it might be economic of, I might have to say Emerald / Gen 3 just so that I can continue making money. Because those are the streams that do the best, is Gen 3. Oh, Lord. Dude, I've like got the react.dev page like open, and I've just been kind of looking at the home page, like slowly thinking to myself, like, am I really gonna do this? Am I gonna really try and write a Gen 3 generator for mobile using Pokefinder? Like, I literally am thinking, like, am I really gonna fucking do this? It's literally what... X and Y aren't really... You know, I think Tamahiro said this. I want to say it was her, but if I'm misattributing, sorry. I believe she called X and Y, like, shallow, which is fitting because it's all about clothes and style and stuff. I think that X and Y, they get a bit of a bad rap. There's positives to them. I do like them. I think in hindsight, if you look at the Pokemon games that have come after X and Y, I would almost call X and Y the last traditional style Pokemon games. Because the route design and like the progression is the bog standard stuff. Because if you look at Gen 7 does have more or less the standard progression, even though it's using trials instead of gyms. The progression is the same, but Gen 7 basically eradicated routes. Oh. What did this fucking guy ask me? Doing an Eterna for a Cheryl Shiny Hunt while watching your stream. That's very awesome. I love how many Shiny Hunters have been joining my stream / community. Because Shiny Hunters used to not like me, to say the least. So I'm glad bridges have been built and the communities have realized that we're not so different. I think you can charge for a product using Pokefinder's license. I think it just has to be open source still, Lincoln. I think that's what it would have to be, right? Or maybe I'm misremembering the license. I wouldn't charge for a tool that I made anyway, by the way. At most, anything that I make would have a donation button, but I wouldn't have any, I'd never charge for an RNG tool. The only tool that I would even consider, the iOS store charges you a like not small amount of money to keep that shit on the store. So it's one seed early, but a donation button would probably be enough. People would donate enough. So I would never charge for anything that I make. Well, yeah, because think about how many people, like, maybe it's just your programmer brain, Lincoln, but, like, how many people are going to provide from source? Rather than, like, how many people are going to build from source? Will this... I'm ixnaying this conversation because I would not charge for anything that I make like that. It would be a free website that maybe has a donation button. That is like literally the extent of anything that I make would have. And I'm also very pro open source. Anything that I make will be open source. I open source my e-cards, even though it means multiple different people trying to sell them. That's weird. Yeah, well, multiple people have tried to sell my e-cards. It's really annoying. I have like, I actually have a Google notification set up. Google lets you do this thing where you can get alerts for specific things. So I have like a bunch of e-reader specific custom e-card pings. And I've multiple times had eBay shops and Etsy shops pop up trying to sell my shit. Finally, I hit the fucking seed. Multiple times I've had, Etsy shops and eBay shops trying to sell my shit. And I have to, like, I literally send them an email, like, I will report your shop if you do not take this shit down. And I did have to, report one shop. I had a shop taken down on Etsy. I'm being a bad streamer on my phone. Yes, they did. How dare I take the shop down? I mean, I emailed the person saying, take my shit down. You're profiting off of my labor for free for a product that is not legally allowed to be monetized. Oh. I was like, you have a problem with me taking an Etsy shop down? Like, they're selling repos of, like, Eon ticket and stuff, and then they started selling my shit. And then I emailed them, and I was like, hey, don't sell my shit. They didn't answer me. I emailed them one more time. I said, hey, if you continue selling my e-cards, I'm copywriting your Etsy shop. They didn't answer me, so I sent Etsy an email. I reported the thing, and then I follow-up sent an email to Etsy with 2 links to my YouTube videos. I said, these are products from my YouTube videos. They are making them illegally. In addition to that, these are reproduction products from Nintendo that are also being illegally sold. Like, they do not have a license to distribute my shit. Well, that's how time works. I'm sure I'll disappear from YouTube one day. I don't foresee me ever breaking big, but we'll see. I've been faffing about for what I want to do with the rest of my life. Oops. I accidentally just opened a thing. Oh, I typed something wrong. It's Hardy, not Jolly. All right, we were on seed again. What encounter slot is Rhyhorn? Is it 0? Yep. So we hit this instead. This is probably like 1 TV early or something. Yeah, it's 2 TVs early. I'm actually hungry. What's up, Gadeban? Banan? How you doing? Gare Banan? Gade Banan? I don't know. How are you doing today? Wouldn't miss the bliss. What's up, Q-Perk? How you doing? Dude, I'm fucking hungies. This is a flow timer because flow timer's only needed for TGTV because I have not updated the app to be able to function with the new Eon Timer, which I really should do, but I'm fucking mega ultra lazy. Actually, maybe that's a good first project for me in React, is to rebuild this timer converter for TGTV in React. Because this is a code I'm very familiar with. I've made it multiple times. I made it in C++, and then I've converted it to regular JavaScript, like this. So it's probably a good project for me to try making in React, because of how familiar I am with it. What do we got here? So we have 22, 53, 30, 27, 28, 30, 27. It's calm nature. I'm actually so hungry. I have to get some type of food. Okay. Almond butter and jelly sandwich. I've literally never had almond butter in my life. Okay, do we get any results? We were on seed again. We were pretty close that time, were we not? Yep. We're getting close, fellas. Well, I'm talking to you fellas like that, fellas. All right. What's up, Quasar Artist? How you doing? All right. If I've eaten 2 trials in Pokemon Sun, is it worth it to wait, what? No! I mean, I don't think it's unethical to do that necessarily. I have some qualms about it because the person ultimately putting all that together, I don't think it's a big deal because ultimately the resources provided, how do I explain this? The only thing I have is like gatekeeping, teaching these things behind money. So it's like, if you are, you know, if you want to do something like that, pretend passing, where you're selling carts that have saves pre-installed, and then you're selling the QR code or like a thing that links to a guide, or you're selling the guide for money. Like, the issue with with that is that all the resources are being locked behind paying somebody. And I think in older game communities like this, it's good to keep the resources free. I don't mind people making money from it, even if they're not the inventors, because obviously if I did, I'm hypocritical. I make money off of doing RNG manipulation tutorials. Everyone who makes guides on YouTube is pretty much making money off of it, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with it because, right, the content that you're providing, assuming you write the guide yourself, assuming you make the video yourself, you adding context to how the tools are meant to be functioned through your own words is valuable and is a thing that should be celebrated, right? But the advantage of YouTube videos or a website like retailrng.com is that information is free, and then the people are then making money through either ads or through like voluntary donations, right? And so I think that is the best model because the information's free. I think the information being free is super good because it expands the community. Like think about it this way. I do not think I would have made as much like you have to think about it in multiple ways, like both as the producer of the content that will make the money and as the like I have Q Charm videos that have made me like multiple thousands of dollars. Some of those cute charm videos that have like, let me look at my channel. Popular. Let me see. There's one that has 354,000 views. I'm certain that video has made me over $1,000. I do not think I would. And again, that video, it wasn't members first. That members didn't even exist back then. That video made me just that amount of money through ad revenue. And I think I would have made less money if I had tried to like sell a private course, or like that hamster bomb guy who was like offering to have people like he would be like, if you pay me money, and you send me your cartridge, I will reset for Q-Charm for you. So he both locked the ability to get Q-Charm behind money, but then on top of that, you shrink the community that you potentially make. Like, I have a fairly large community of people who watch my videos and learn from RNG tutorials and like my other videos, and it's because that video is free. I'm sure thousands of people who watched it with an ad block, and I didn't make a cent from those people. And that's fine, because 350,000 people learned how to do the Q-Charm glitch. They clicked the subscribe button, they joined my Discord, and then they also became more... like, their desire to learn how to do RNG manips was expanded because they were able to watch a free video, right? So I think, like, it's just better to do it through a free product, because you'll have a large community. You're not gatekeeping any information that may be illegal or unethical to hide, stuff like that. I still think it would be better to have a product like that be free. It's 1 seed early. Pretend passing. Like that's the goal with retailrng.com. The goal with retailrng.com is eventually to have all the shit filled out. Like right now, Fire Red's finished. You could fully learn how to RNG manip in Fire Red, right? There's Emerald Ace 3. Right? This website is a full list of how to learn all of the best techniques for Emerald Ace. You go here, right? And so, like, I think that's just the best way to do it, is you have a free website, you have an optional donation button if you want to make money off of it. And you'll build the community. The community will be larger that way. And the community being larger benefits the people who are making the community, because if they want to monetize it in some way with advertisements or with an optional donation button, you'll get a lot. I'm a big proponent of having the information be open and available. And I think having the information gate kept behind money is just less useful for both making money and less useful for building a community. And I think it's just worse for people in general, right? Like, I think the open source movement, I take a lot of inspiration from open source, right? All of my information is open and available, and I put it out in the way that I can for free so that other people can learn about it easier, right? And I think that's just the best way to do it, personally. I don't think there would be anything wrong with doing it per se, but I just think it would be a worse way to do it. I missed the button. I'm a big fan of physical products. They come with a cart, a little book it can always read. The thing about like RNG manipulation or something like Ace is like the information is changing very frequently. And like these things are just like communities who like to do stuff, doing stuff and sharing information, right? They're not Like, I would go so far as to even say, like, my RNG tutorials are secondary as a monetary resource to my videos where I, like, get competitive teams and stuff. I don't think it'll ever be, things will ever be, I think the closest to being solved right now is probably Emerald version. I don't know, and the thing is, you never know if something is solved or not. You never know if there's going to be another discovery, right? You know, a couple of months ago, Pulse Effects figured out a way to technically advance the RNG faster than passively waiting in a battle. Solved meaning, like, no new methods will be discovered. I understand, like, liking a physical product or something like that. It's probably something that I would never pursue, personally. The painting was the biggest. Yeah, Skyward Kalox. That was the biggest. Wait, aren't you a mod? You should be a mod on my channel. Why aren't you a mod on my channel? It's very weird. Yeah, it doesn't matter that much. No, I said, aren't you a mod? Like, you should be a mod. Like, if you're a mod in my Discord, you should also be a mod in my channel. I was just surprised that you weren't a mod on my channel as well. That's all. That's all I meant by that. I say this spiel when I ask people to be mod. I was like, I expect nothing from you, but if you're in the channel and you see rule breaking happening, or someone pings mod and there's rule breaking happening and I'm not there to do anything about it, delete it. That's pretty much all I expect from any mod ever. So I don't. If I expected more from mods, it would be like a paid thing, I guess. Never apologize for not being active. Oh fuck! I typed something wrong. What did I type wrong? 60, 30, 29, 23, I did 32. Time zone difference, that makes sense. it makes sense, yeah. That's one seat early again. I actually know how to do that pretend passing, by the way. I've been meaning to publish it. I literally know how to do it. I wonder if I could literally write an ace code for it right now. Where did I put this? Where did I put this information? What is this? Sudo ETH tool? Wake up on... Oh, this is my wake up on land shit. Let's see if I can write a code for this really quick. Alright, we're looking for fire red. What are the exit codes in this game? Common exit is for, What is common exit? Is common exit for... Move ace is common exit. Okay, so... Okay, so what we want is... Info. It'd be something like... How are these formatted? I want to go like that. I don't know why I did it that way. I have to look at how this code formatter works. Oh, right. What am I doing wrong? What's this? There's like a formatting issue and I don't know what it is. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're close. I think it's the wrong way. What can be done? Moves are 11, 0x1. Can I do that? Moves are 12. I gotta get 1 in there. Right. We'll figure it out later. How do I get the number 1? What would be the best way to get the number 1? Can I get R10? Oh, it does not like that. Well, can I just do this? Dubbins! Alright, this code should work. After this, let's try this code. Should be able to turn the music off. The problem is this won't persist with soft reset, which is like a bigger problem, but it's solvable. Alright, let's see where we landed. But there would be a way to do it without it. This is just like a quick to prove that I wasn't talking big for no reason, you know what I'm saying? What is this? Is it worth buying GameCube and Coliseum just to RNG Shadow? Okay, if you like Coliseum, then maybe, but I don't like it, so no. Alright. And Coliseum has literally caused me nothing but pain. Thanks to the fucking sick fucks who work for the community. Alright. Let me get my thing. Turn the music off here. What has been, do I have registered? Do I have cut? Mother. Who has fly? Oops. So we're gonna do FM. O 0 S Zero S question mark B oops, I think I have to type the 2 spaces, I don't remember. W dabs for days. I don't think Analog Pocket will work for Fire and Leaf Green. Maybe people have had other experiences, but... So we need to get into a battle. I have no idea what I have registered right now. This code will either work or... I think that the code won't change anything until the map reloads. Yep, there you go. Worked. See? So, yeah, it has to, we have to do something about persistence, but yeah. I've been wanting to get this going on my save with persistence for a while because it would make streams better, because I could then play. Right now I have, like, you know, I have the game audio going. But I'm pretty sure if I save... Well, let's go to the Safari Zone. It doesn't persist. So I have to do a little bit more work to make it persist. For Emerald, I'll make it an E-card. Oh, soft reset's broken. Lamau. Yeah, see, it doesn't persist, so... I'm just gonna reboot because that was definitely bad. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little demo of how it could be easy enough to make a code if you know what you're doing for Ace. That literally, yeah. I just know this is a variable in Pokefinder Red called what's it called? G disable music. So there's just a little byte that if it's set to 1, the music turns off. So there's probably other stuff that you can do. Like, I would imagine in your save file, I think there's a thing where it's like your last music, right? Uh... It persists across... Doing that code, it persists with everything except saving. So once you save the game and you reset, the code will not be working anymore. But if you're using it for just an in-game playthrough, it's functional because you'll run it once. Oops. You'll run it once and it'll last for hours. See, it says saved music. Like, what is this saved music thing? Can I change the saved music in the save file to be 0? Like, because there's ways to make this persistent that are like I could do exactly what I did with the Emerald Seed patch. Or maybe if you just run the code will change the saved music variable in your save file. And that'll persist across save, but maybe that's only good for soft resetting. Maybe it won't work if you move to a new location, save, and then reset. I don't know, I have to double check. Hey y'all, if you're having a good time, and you want to help out the stream, consider hitting the like button. We have 85 likes, but 129 viewers. It's free and it helps the channel out, and the algorithm lets other people know it's a good chill stream to come to. That you like hanging out here. And if you like even more than that, consider becoming a channel member. It's only $1.99 a month. That is 1/3 the price of a Twitch sub to your favorite streamer on that platform. And I get more of the percentage of the cut than Twitch would give to its streamers. And lastly, I'm trying to save up money for a Switch 2, so if anybody wants to donate for that, you can type !Switch 2 and do a one-time donation to help me get a Switch 2. I want to use it in my World Championship team building video. All right, that's enough begging for money from me. All right. Thanks, Daro Jay. Thank you for the membership. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Oh, yeah? How'd you enjoy it? Why didn't I pre-order the Switch 2? I was never going to try and get it on launch. I just didn't want to. It's not about not being able to find a Switch 2. It's about, trying to save up for a house, so Amanda and I are putting all of our money away for that purpose, basically, so I don't want to blow the money on a Switch 2, but I think I could make a cool video with it once I get the funds for it. Now you're pissing me off, I'm just gonna hold it back. Well, Legends Arceus runs fine, doesn't it? I've really never had any issues with Legends Arceus. I don't know if I've ever experienced like any lag on that game. That game works flawlessly and is goated. I mean, I guess you could get a 60 FPS patch if you really wanted, but I doubt they're going to upgrade the Legends game that's old just before the new Legends game comes out. So the seed for the TGTV is closing it? No, the TGTV just causes the game's RNG to advance at 313 times its usual speed. Yo, thank you for the 50 bucks, Pretend Passing. I appreciate you. Thanks for the BGM demo. I appreciate it. Everybody show some Blisy love for Pretend Passing for contributing 50 buckaroos to my switch2 fund. I said euros, but it wasn't euros. I don't really know. The thing always shows up as euros. Even though it's, I don't know. It literally always shows up as euros. Thank you for donating 50 bucks to my switch2 fund. I appreciate you. My goat. Yeah, hopefully, I've been meaning to do like a thing about making it. It's funny that you asked for Pretend Passing, because I've been sitting on this info for like I've been sitting on this info since 418. I've known how to do that, by the way. So it's really funny that you asked about it, because I've been meaning to like codify it in like a way for like to make it like persistent across your save, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will work on it. Oh, we have nothing. Wild 4, maybe. Don't you get frustrated when you miss a button and then have to wait? I don't care. I don't know. I like, the thing is, like, Philip, this is an interesting way to like think about life and stuff, I guess, is that I like doing RNG manips. So if I fail doing an RNG manip, the worst thing that happens is that I get to do a thing that I enjoy doing again. Right? The process of RNG manipping is like me trying my best, a lot of the times while live, like to hit the A button at a specific time to get a thing that I want, right? And it all comes down to like my reflexes, my attentiveness, my skill at a specific thing. Failure is part of the skill. Like how many times I fail is in part how good I am at the thing, right? Main character speech? Well, it's not main I don't think it's a main character syndrome type shit. I think it's just like, well, like for me, like the thing is, if you're doing something you love, you like kind of don't need patience, in my opinion. Like that's the thing. Like people ask like, oh, how do you do these tedious things? It's like, I like doing these things, right? Like I might, like I will not have as much patience for something that I do not like, basically. You know, it's stuff like that. And patience is a skill. Patience is a skill, and patience is like a willpower thing. Like there is definitely value in like pushing through. Oh, I did get a CHANSEY. There is value in pushing through, getting willpower. To be able to like continue doing a thing that you find frustrating or difficult. I think that's actually a useful thing to do, because there's going to be many things in your life that you have to push through even though you don't want to, right? Obviously it should not be a hobby, right? If you try RNG manipulation and you do it multiple times and you keep trying it and you end up not having fun, I can't believe I just caught any CHANSEY. That's crazy. Like does it have a lucky egg? Wait, where's the item? It has a lucky egg, bro! I'm keeping this one. What the hell? That's crazy, dude. People spend months on that. That's crazy. I'm keeping that. This CHANSEY's being kept. Holy fuck, that's so funny. Oh, that's so fucking funny. What's lucky egg? Is it 5%? There's 1 seed early. Where's CHANSEY? CHANSEY's 11. So I hit this. I should probably up my seed timer. CHANSEY's 1%, 5% lucky egg. We'll be keeping that. I cannot believe that. That was crazy. That just happened. That's just like the time I was doing an RNG and I got a random shiny Aerodactyl when I missed my frame. We hit 100 likes. Yay! Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everyone who's hit the like button. You guys are all goats. Thank you for getting me to 100 likes. Yeah, I use Gale of Darkness. Blisy, you easily have the skill to do an entire shiny living dex. Will you ever do it? I kind of started that with my 100% Emerald playthrough, and then I never finished it. The thing is, like, it's like I talked about, like, it wasn't, like, it's not that fun for me to get, like, random shinies. And so I didn't have as much patience for it, and the views started dipping on my... They started off pretty popular, and then the views started going down. Maybe I will return them. Maybe the views weren't even that low, and it was just all in my head, like... It's very hard to, you know... As someone who's struggled with, like, mental... Oh, fudge. With, like, mental health stuff to begin with, keeping mental composure about, like, your success or failure rate while streaming and doing YouTube is not easy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I might have seen the streams doing the numbers that I'm doing now, which is some random stream, it's like 130 viewers, and I thought to myself, like, these streams aren't doing well, like, I should stop doing them, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, it literally could have just been me being too harsh on myself, like, / irrationally, which I do all the time, which sucks. It's, obviously, it's not good for my business or this job, but, like, it's, you know, that's how it is with my own stupid-ass brain that is stupid. Maybe I will return them. It could be a nice thing to have. Like, I scheduled doing it once a week. Rash nature Nidoran. I gotta hold Semolina. Come here. Look at her. She's purring. You can't hear it. Maybe you can hear it. Love you so much, Semolina. One seed early. I'm one seed early too many times. I'm gonna try and like just manually use my brain to be one later. Shiny Togepi RNG is basically fluctuating with both chat outs. What's up, Tavia? How you doing? Unless you have a question about using Sweet Scent in a cave to get a shiny, but also using Ace to jump to a different seed. Is there any difference between static, setup, and calibration? No, I mean, calibration will be working the same, basically. I mean, the only thing about Sweet Scent RNG is that you will find duplicates of your target Pokemon sometimes, because that's just the way the wild RNG works. I was late. I was so late on my seed press there, and hey, Mom. She's on my lap. I'm hoping she falls asleep on my lap. She's a rambunctious kitten. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Thanks for the donation.
Yo, thank you for the $10 to the switch2 fund. I can't see who that was. Let me go to my. I don't know why it was cut off. I will read the message and then I will double check. I don't want to pick her up because if I pick up the baby, then she might not go back asleep. I want my kitten sleeping in my lap. CS donated $10 to my switch2 fund. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the videos you made about RNG manipulation. It's probably thanks to you that I'm still playing Pokemon. Well, that's really heartwarming. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much, CS. I appreciate you, homie. Everybody show CS some Blisy love. And like I said, I'm trying to get up to $450 to be able to purchase a Switch 2. So that I can make a really good team building video for the World Championship. The goal is to make the team twice, once on the Switch and then once on the Switch 2 to see how fast it is. Comparatively. Oh, don't leave. She's leaving. I know. I'm not as comfortable. She likes to sleep on my wife's lap a little bit more. And I think it's just because girl got thick thighs. Big stretch. Big stretch, mama. Hi. Come here. Who's a good girl? Don't bite me. She's biting me. I might have to go out on Twitter. Oh, is anyone tight with any VGC Worlds players? I'm trying to get someone to let me make their gosh dilly dang team. I might have to go back to Twitter and ask around. She's not biting that hard. She's doing play biting for sure. She doesn't really have any other cats to play with. Our older cat is not big on the play. Oh, fuck. I was getting messages from my wife. My mom fucking butt dialed. My mom is such a dude. Does anybody? Oh, I'm sure I'm out of Wolfie's reach. Dude. Well, there's a couple of things going on Imperial Sympathizer 2730. Number one, I do stream the team building for the most part. If Wolf Glick was okay with me making his team, I probably would be able to not stream it because the video would bang so hard, right? First of all, I think that's the first thing, right? Second of all, most of the times people I never reveal whose team I'm making before I make the team. I've never done that, right? And lastly, like, oh wow, it's only 5, I swear. So I don't know. Freezeye and Bugsy didn't have any security issues with my team building stuff. I even openly talked about making Pokegame's team, and nobody really was able to, nobody did anything about it. So I don't really think it's a problem. I don't really. But yeah, obviously, if I could make a team for someone like Wolf, someone ultra famous, like, yeah, and he'd be like, don't stream it, and I'd be like, okay, fine. I would just have to. I wouldn't do it. Because me having that pull from his channel would be very helpful to me. What do you mean the Emerald e-reader events screw up if you turn the game off? What are you talking about? No. He would have to be okay with me posting it. I would not make someone's team if I couldn't get a video out of it. That's the reason. Like, yeah. So you talk to the boulder for the Entei and would get a blank text box. What? What are you playing on? Are you playing on an emulator? Are you playing on real hardware? I've never had that happen. When did you turn it off during the event? When? I'm saying when. When did you turn it off mid-event? Like, what part did you turn it off during? Did the boulder ever work? The first time you talked to the boulder, did it have proper text? Did you go into the battle frontier at all and, like, do the battle tower? I explicitly say to not do that. After my events loaded in, if you went into the battle tower. No, turning it off then would have no effect. Yeah, I fixed it for Celebi and... Hi, girl. I fixed it for Celebi and Jirachi, but not for the beasts, because it'd be a lot more work to do it for the beasts. I make that noise whenever she bites too hard, and she looks at me like sad, like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I bit you too hard. You've been tricked, you silly girl. She needs to get played with. Yeah, I don't know what would be going on, Solcario. I've never even had that happen. Because the thing is, the unknown that is supposed to show up, that you're supposed to get for it, is actually determined after you talk to Yucine for the first time. When Yucine walks away and he goes up, and like he disappears, that's when unknown is decided. Talking to the boulder has nothing to do with which unknown you're gonna get. The unknown is picked right when you talk to Yucine. So talking to the boulder and then turning, and the unknown, the only thing talking to the boulder does is talking to the boulder spawns the unknown. This is the only thing talking to it does. I'll go one more. I just have done a bunch of calibrations. I've already been pretty close. Did I catch that or did I fail? I wasn't even looking. This is probably gonna be my last attempt for today. But I will be back with another stream tomorrow. It won't be Chansey, it'll be something else. I don't know if it's gonna be my big stream or something else. But I really appreciate everybody who tuned in today, everybody who's donated so far. I really appreciate all of you. Already got a decent amount, 15% of the way there to my Switch 2. So yeah, I'm trying to get some extra funds for a Switch 2 so I can make a really great video in August. Do this final attempt and then we'll see what's going on. And I'm going to be keeping up the fundraising for the Switch 2 throughout all of July. So I appreciate all of you so far who've donated. Hopefully we can continue. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'll think about it, but I will think about it. See if I can't get the big funny idea for a stream I have. I got a lucky egg, Chansey. It's early on my frame there at the end. Let's see how far off I was. That'd be crazy if I got them. I tend to get it on my last one a lot, actually. It's more common than you would think. Let's see what we got. How far off were we? At least it stayed. At least it stayed. Can't complain about it staying. It's a pretty good event on that. We were on seed. It's probably like 2 TVs late or something like that. It was 5 TVs late or something like that, yeah. Alright, well, thank you everybody for watching today. I really appreciate you. Like I said, if you want to contribute to me being able to get a Switch 2 sooner than later, you could type !Switch 2 and donate there. We already got $70, so I appreciate everyone who's donated today. And thank you to everyone who became a channel member today as well. I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. Probably a little bit longer because I won't be making a video guide in the morning. So, yeah. Alright, thank you very much. I'll see you all later. Where's my mouse? I can't find it. There it is. Okay, bye.